Hey there. It's March 14th and time for Proverbs 14. Over there. Well, still in the Proverbs of Solomon, the actual Proverbs. Right? Every wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her own hands. They have that capability, right? That is, taketh pain to profit her family and to do that which concerneth her duty in her house. Right? 2, whoever lives with integrity fears the Lord. But the one who is devious in his ways despises him, capital H, the Lord. Right? Can you imagine despising the Lord? I can't imagine that. The proud speech of a fool brings a rod of discipline. The mouth of the fool is a rod for his back. Right? But the lips of the wise protect them, right? Usually by keeping your mouth shut, right? This is always a good one. Where there are no oxen, the feeding trough is empty, or the barn is clean, it says. Clean. But an abundant harvest comes through the strength of an ox, right? It goes on with any kind of service-related business now, okay? Auto shops, barber shops, right? If it's clean and beautiful and swept and put in order, it means they don't have a lot of customers, right? But through all the dirt and the chaos is where your profit comes from. 5, an honest witness does not deceive, but a dishonest witness utters lies. Right? Talking about courts here. Right? They promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, but then they lie on there, right? Usually because they're mad or somebody's paying them. Makes a mockery of justice. 6, a mocker seeks wisdom and doesn't find it. But knowledge comes easily to the perceptive. Be perceptive, open, willing to listen to discipline, instructions, critique. The scorner over here. For the maintenance of his own ambition and not for God's glory, as Simon Magus. Right? Mocker is seeking self-glorification. 7, stay away from a foolish man. You will gain no knowledge from his speech. Right. Pretty easy to tell who these people are, too. There are certain people on the internet that I just don't listen to. I see their face and I just keep scrolling. Right? You gain no knowledge from their speech. 8, the sensible man's wisdom is to consider his way, but the stupidity of fools deceives them. All right. Stupidity of fools. People charging into a building with a sign because somebody paid them, usually. But sensible man wisdom considers his way. 9, fools mock at making restitution. But there is goodwill among the upright. Guilt offerings. Who will make a mock of sin, but among the righteous there is favor. Right? There's goodwill among the upright. You can tell these people too. Not hard. And the heart knows its own bitterness, and no outsider shares its joy. Well, this is true. Note the bitterness of his soul, and the stranger shall not meddle with his joy. As a man's conscience is witness of his own grief, so another cannot feel the joy and comfort which a man feeleth in himself. Right? You can share in somebody's happiness or their grief, but you don't know exactly how they feel, okay? Every single person was created unique, right? Like a fingerprint. Everyone is unique. No two are alike. Okay? Every person is unique. You can't know exactly how they feel. Okay? You could go through the same thing, lose the same loved one, but you can't know exactly how they feel in bitterness or joy. Interesting when you think about that. 11, the house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will stand. Okay? Look, it's amazing, and you can find them on the internet. It's amazing how many rich peoples and stars and important people have mansions that are now abandoned and just sitting there. And there's people like mansion spelunkers, right? That'll go out and take pictures and make videos of what was once a beautiful mansion that is now gone. It's just sitting abandoned. Right? There are thousands of them, right? The house of the wicked will be destroyed. Right? But the tent of the upright, your small, right, humble thing, will stand or flourish. Well, there's a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Way that seems right. Try to make your own way without God. Not going to end well for you. It ends in death. Right? 13, even in laughter, a heart may be sad, and joy may end in grief. Okay, now that kind of goes right along with this one up here. Make that the same color. It knows its own bitterness, and no outsider shares its joy. Even in laughter, a heart may be sad, and joy may end in grief, right? You make them happy for a while and make them laugh, but the pain doesn't go away. Right? It just doesn't. 14, the disloyal one will get what his conduct deserves. Mm-hmm. And a good man what his deeds deserve. Right? A lot of this going on now, huh? A lot of disloyal people. Good man what his deeds deserve. What's that over here? The heart that declineth. That's weird. He that forsaketh God shall be punished, and made weary of his sins, wherein he delighted. You like that? Disloyal one will get what his conduct deserves. Right? Good man what his deeds deserve. Right? You do good things. You're always kind, loving your neighbor, loving your enemies. That'll come back to you. 15, the inexperienced one believes anything, but the sensible one watches his steps. Prudent. There's the foolish over here. Foolish, inexperienced will believe anything. Right. Sensible ones, what? Test it, right? A wise man is cautious and turns from evil, but a fool is easily angered and is careless. Right? Or false. Right? You're cautious, you turn from evil, don't go there. Okay? Right? I stay out of big cities now because I never liked big cities, but there's just a lot of evil in big cities. They seem to congregate there. 17, a quick-tempered man acts foolishly, and a man who schemes is hated. They're a very busybody. A man of imaginations. Right? Man of imaginations. Quick-tempered people. I mean, everybody has a temper sometimes, but some people are always, always angry, and you just can't ever make them happy, right? Ended up acting foolishly out of their anger. You can't act out of anger, right? And a man who schemes, busybody, always looking for bad stuff. They hate people. You hate people like that, right? They make them in cartoons now. They make the evil person always scheming, and I'm going to take over the world. And they do that specifically because they know that kind of person is hated, and they make them the bad guy on TV and stuff. 18, the inexperienced or foolishness inherit foolishness. But the sensible are crowned with knowledge. Can you be sensible, prudent? Right? Learn first. Don't pretend to know things you don't know. 19, the evil bow before those who are good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. Right. There's a note over here for that. If this come not daily to pass, we must consider that it is because of our sins which let God's working. Now, right. At some point, the evil will bow before the good. At some point, every knee will bow, right? 20, a poor man is hated even by his neighbor, but there are many who love the rich. And do they love the rich or do they love their money? Yeah? Let the rich man become poor and see how many friends he still has. Okay? They all go away. Poor and lazy are two different things, okay? You can have a lazy neighbor that never cleans his yard. There's junk everywhere, and it makes the whole neighborhood look dirty. They're hated by their neighbors. But there's a poor man. A poor man is one who works, doesn't make much, barely has enough to survive. And the neighbors hate him, right? He drives an old car and, has old clothes and very simple lifestyle. But many people love the rich. Yeah. It's a facade, okay? Rich people are only happy on the outside. Okay, 21, the one who despises his neighbor sins. There you go. Poor man is hated by his neighbor, but the one who despises his neighbor sins. But whoever shows kindness to the poor will be happy. You could tie these two together, right? Tie these, let's do that. Let's just tie these two together. That'll force us to read them both together, right? Don't those who plan evil go astray? But those who plan good find loyalty and faithfulness, right? It's the second you plan to do something evil, you have already gone astray and gone out of the will of God, right? 23, there is profit in all hard work, but endless talk leads only to poverty, or word of the lips. The lips bringeth only want, it says over here. Right. There's profit in all hard work. Okay. Don't ever look down on somebody, no matter what. If they are working, they are to be respected, okay, no matter what job they're doing, okay? The very act of work that they are working every day says something about the type of person they are, okay? It's important. The crown of the wise is their wealth, but the foolishness of fools produces foolishness. Foolishness, fools, and foolishness. Well, if you take wisdom, it says your crown will be wealth. And that doesn't mean you're rich, okay? It doesn't mean money. It means you're satisfied, okay? Wealth is to be satisfied with what you have and not always want more. 25, a truthful witness rescues lives, but one who utters lies is deceitful. Pretty much, huh? Truthful witness, right, can rescue lives, right? 26, in the fear of the Lord, one has strong confidence, and his children have a refuge. I like that. Let's make that blue. Right. In the fear of the Lord, one has a strong confidence, right? It says 365 times in the Bible, do not fear, right? And the only thing to fear is the Lord, and that's respect and awe and reverence, right? Hmm. 27, the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning people away from the snares of death. Right? Fountain of life. This wellspring over here. Good statement. A large population is a king's splendor, but a shortage of people is a ruler's devastation. Right? You can only be the king if everybody's following you, right? Nobody follows you, you're not a king. Right? People don't often realize the amount of power they have. Right? Where one person or a small group of people rule over millions of people and oppress them. And sometimes they call that a revolution when they get tired of it, and you will have millions of people going after a small group, and it never ends well for the small group, right? 29, a patient person shows great understanding, but a quick-tempered one promotes foolishness. Okay? He talked about that up there, didn't he? Right? About anger. 29, can we find that? I don't think I highlighted it. Mocker, foolish, sensible, mock. 15. There it is. Quick time, 17. Right? A quick-tempered man acts foolishly, and a man who schemes is hated. And 29. A patient person shows great understanding, but a quick-tempered one promotes foolishness. Right? The same thing. It does say the same thing. 30. A tranquil heart is life to the body, but jealousy is rottenness to the bones. Right? Now, some people can be jealous when there's no reason to be jealous. It's a fear, okay? Jealousy is, they call it anger, but it's not anger, it's betrayal, okay? If somebody, you can only be jealous by somebody you love and trust, right? Betraying you. Okay? If you're afraid of being betrayed, it can rot your bones out, okay? A tranquil heart, peaceful heart, right? Sound heart right here is life to the body. And you can pray for this. God will give you peace, okay? 31, the one who oppresses the poor person insults his maker, but the one who is kind to the needy honors him. Right? If you oppress the poor, you're insulting God himself, okay? Because he made them. The one who is kind to the needy honors him, capital H, that's the Lord God, Yahweh. You honor him when you are kind to the needy, right? And he never forgets that, and he always pays you back more than you give every time. 32, the wicked one is thrown down by his own sin, but the righteous one has a refuge in his death. Okay? Death is but a second, and then you live forever. 33, wisdom resides in the heart of the discerning. She is known even among fools. It's calling wisdom a female again. Reads unknown. Even among fools, they know a wise person, right? Heart of the discerning. Discernment is being able to tell what's good and what's bad. You can do it just by looking, just by a feeling you get. 34. Righteousness exalts the nation, but sin is a disgrace to any people. Right. Righteousness exalts the nation. Justice, it says over here. And the mercy of the people is sacrifice for sin. We're very much trying to have righteousness now, right? And the evil people are fighting back against it very hard. 35. A king favors a wise servant, but his anger falls on a disgraceful one. Right? The king. We don't have kings now, but look at all this stuff we highlighted. Okay? Let's read the highlights. We highlighted 4. Where there are no oxen, the feeding trough is empty, but an abundant harvest comes through the strength of an ox. Right? If your place is clean because you have no business, then you have no business, right? 10 is highlighted. 10 and 13 go together, okay? The heart knows its own bitterness, and no outsider shares its joy. Right? Even in laughter, the heart may be sad, and joy may end in grief. Nobody knows how you feel, okay? Nobody. God does. Nobody can know that, okay? You can empathize with people, okay? I've been through something similar. I know what it did to me. I can't imagine what it's doing to you, but I know it's bad, okay? And sometimes all you have to do is be there. You're not going to cheer them up, okay? Joy may end in grief. Happy for now, but then it comes back, right? Okay. 11, we talked about this. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will stand. Okay? No matter how big their castles are, they will be knocked over, right? And if the Lord's in your humble little tent, they did that on purpose, that tent, right? It'll stand. Okay, 17. A quick-tempered man acts foolishly, and a man who schemes is hated. Now that goes for 29. A patient person shows great understanding, but a quick-tempered one promotes foolishness. Right? You need to think first. That comes, as James said, from being, right, quick to listen and slow to speak. Right? Okay, 2021. Put these together. A poor man is hated by his neighbor, but there are many who love the rich. Right? The one who despises his neighbor sins. Yeah. Poor man is hated by his neighbor, but that neighbor who despises the poor man sins. Okay? Whoever shows kindness to the poor will be happy. Okay? We should be kind to the poor neighbors. Right? 23, there is profit in all hard work, but endless talk leads only to poverty. Right? These people, all they do is talk about it. Meanwhile, there's somebody out there working, providing for his family. Right? 26 is highlighted. In the fear of the Lord, one has a strong confidence, and his children have a refuge. Right? You follow the Lord, you can be confident because you know where you're going to end up, right? And your children can also know where you're going to end up, where they're going to end up because they follow their parents. Right? 27. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning people away from the snares of death. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life. Okay? That's fearing, following, revering. Right? We did that one. 30. A tranquil heart is life to the body, but jealousy is rottenness to the bones. You need to let this stuff go, all right? Or it will rot your bones. And 31. The one who oppresses the poor person insults his maker, God himself. You will insult God himself. But the one who is kind to the needy honors God. Right? Remember that. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 14. Lots of good stuff in there. Stay tuned later today. We are in, I think, Matthew 14 or something like that, and are through the New Testament in a year. Okay. We just finished 13, which was a very important chapter about end times, what we're going through today. So we should go back and watch those and catch up on any of these you may have missed. But later on, we'll do it again. See ya.